Good morning, everyone. I'm Jan Houston, owner of the Artsy Fartsy Gallery. I'm a full-time independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator here in Canmore, Alberta, Canada. Welcome to Thankfully Thinking of You Thursday, where we're going to be celebrating people whose names start with the letter M. So, do you know anybody who maybe needs some cheering up? Do you know anybody who maybe you should, just send off a little thank you for, some little thing that they did? Happy mail is warranted at any point in time. It's definitely not just a Christmas or birthday kind of a thing. In fact, I think it means more when it just comes and shows up randomly just because, right? It's this unexpected surprise that is so inexpensive and an easy way to share that you're thinking about somebody and you care about somebody. So let me just throw this on there. So that's the Thankfully Thinking of You. So while we work through the cards today, think about somebody whose name starts with the letter M that could use some surprising today. All right. As you pop on, hi Gina. Say hello, tell me where you're from, how's the weather, all sorts of things we can chat about. There's always wonderful women that pop on here and are wonderful people to stamp with, and they're wonderful people to just be friends with. So I am very blessed by all these ladies who come every single day, and they're very supportive. So I'm very grateful for each one of them. This week we are using the Birds and Branches bundle. And I don't know about you, but I'm having a whole lot of fun. I don't know if I'm going to be able to stop this week. I actually have a couple other card ideas that I'm going to use kind of say on Saturday when I'm getting caught up with some thank you cards, because it's just a fun set. It doesn't always happen where I want to keep using a stamp set, but this one I really like. So if you have, and if you don't, contact me if you live in Canada and you're not dealing with another demonstrator, but there is the beautiful annual catalog. And this bundle is on page 120 in your annual catalog. And here's the stamp set right here. Isn't it gorgeous? I love all the triple layer stamping that you can do, but even if you just use the bird stamp, there's so many different ways that we can decorate it and make it fun, even if you don't want to use the different layers on top of each other. Love the branches, love the nest, love this little heart, this little flower down here, and the heart. Use them a lot. And of course, the best part is there is a bundle price, which means you're getting the stamp set and the dies for $63. And because you're getting both of them, you get 10% off. Also, right now, there's bonus days happening. So if you order this bundle, you're going to get $6 back to use in August. Credit. So that's pretty awesome. I love how Stampin' Up! Gives us so many fun ideas to play with. So not only does it have all these fun pictures and simple ideas to do, so there's some pictures there of ideas. And then if we flip over to the back where the dies are, so that's on page 174. So here is a picture of the dies just by itself. And it gives you another picture idea on how to use this set. So isn't that cute? Lots of ideas. Love it. So that is where you can find those items in the catalog. Are you ready to get stamping here? Let me just... So yesterday we kind of focused on the one die. It was kind of that wreath looking die, if you remember that one. And so I made so many cards with that and had lots of fun. I have to get all those on my blog today. Thanks everyone for popping on, saying hello. Good to see you. Thanks for sharing this with your crafty and non-crafty friends. That's what helps me and my little business here keep going. Okay, card number 1. I think you're going to be shocked at the color combos that I'm going to use today. I'm going bright. I know, look at me go. I'm actually using Magenta Madness on 2 of my cards today. I know. Some days you just wake up and you're okay with it, right? So our card base here is Magenta Madness. I'm going to have a layer here of Pumpkin Pie and then a layer of Whisper White. I have to tame it down a little bit, right? Okay, and today I'm going to use my Stamparatus. I don't often use it, I will admit. I'm kind of a lazy sort, and I just want to stamp and be done with it. And if it doesn't come out perfect, I'm not really that stressed by it, if you will. So here we go. I'm just going to line this up. I actually just cut an old piece of grid paper. However, there are grid papers that fit right into your Stamparatus. Now the reason why I'm using this Stamparatus is because I'm going to put rows of birds, if you will, and I want them to be evenly spaced out. Okay, I think I'm going to start down. Let's start down here. What do you think about this here? I think this will work. Okay, and the bird stamp I'm going to use is going to be this one. I'm not sure if you can see this, but let me point it out. It's going to be this one. No, yes it is. Here we go. So I'm going to place this kind of where I want it. I have a feeling I'm not doing this right. Go this direction. This is what I did the last time on the next card that we're going to do. I already stamped this and it worked out just fine. So let's just go with it. So I'm just using my grid paper. Let's just kind of keep everything settled. Let's start from the top and let's go right there. Place your little birdie how you like it. And we're going to close this down. Kind of give it a little press, and that way it is lined up exactly where you want it to go. I'm just going to move my magnet up just a tad to hold this piece of paper still. Okay, here we go. I'm going to use Gorgeous Grape. Oh, I know, look at me go. All these wild colors. Plus the Stamparatus, my goodness. All right, and we're going to close, lift up, perfect, right? Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to just move this, pick this up, move it 2 over, and let's re-ink this up. Sorry, you're not seeing what I'm doing here. There's a little inky ink. Hello, Mary. Hello, everyone popping on. Good to see ya. And here we go. We're going to ink this up again. Another cool feature about the Stamparatus is that if you have a stamp that doesn't really ink super well, let's say I stamped this and it wasn't quite right, all I need to do is re-ink this and put it back down, and voila, I've got a perfectly lined up image. I don't have to guess at where it might go. All right, here I'm making up this little last one here, purple. There we have it. I love the wild colors, do you? Well, that's good. Okay, now my Simply Chamois. I'm just going to wipe this off. Sorry, not in the screen. Let's wipe this off here. And I'm going to reposition this in a spot where I would prefer to go for the next row. get back in order here. So where am I going to put this one? I just want to kind of line it up. Let's go right here. I think that looks good. So let's put this down. Go with that. So let's ink this up. And I'm going to move this over too. 1, 2. Ink. And I don't know if I'm going to, ooh, just the end piece of the tail. All right. Whoopsie. There we go. Okay, let's wipe this off again. So how is everybody's Thursday going so far? Mine's obviously okay. I'm using bright colors. I'm not drab and dreary. All right, next, let's line up the birdie where we'd like them. Take that off. I don't know if I got him totally cleaned off. He's got some water on him. Okay. Oh yes, and I've moved my little piece here, but I think we're okay. Let's put him there. Oh, let's put our magnet back down. There we go. So if you're a little kind of, you like straight lines, you like things to be perfect, Stamparatus is definitely for you. Okay, let's clean that off. It's definitely great for multiples of things too. Like say you had, I don't know, an invitation you wanted to make. And so basically you can just line up, put all of your items where you need them. There's one plate that goes this way and there's one plate that goes this way. Everything is lined up perfectly. You just stamp, 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 and away you go. Ooh, this one, yes, won't have. Okay, let's put it there. And 2 over, 1, 2. Oh, and I see I'm getting ink. I should be diligent in wiping off that little spot on that, I forget what this is called, the grid plate, that's what I want to say. So I'm getting little dots here. So we'll have a way to figure that out, or to clean that up, won't we? I'm just gonna, my Simply Chamois is very wet. It's just leaving kind of a lot of water where I didn't wring it out enough. Let's just put it that way. Okay. So I'm actually going to put this one here. Line it back up. And I'm just going to wipe this magnet off because maybe I got some ink there. Okay. Stay. It does come with 2 magnets. Frankly, I don't know where the other one is. Just how I roll. Okay, and then I'm going to go back to, and I may, yes, I get a little face print there. And then, oh, probably should have continued. So this 1, 2 was what I did, and then 1, 2 will be my last one. lay out birds. Just clean that up a little. Okay, let's put this away. Better move this over here because I may be looking for it later on. So people that start with M, Melissa. Who in your life do you know who starts with the letter M that could use a little thank you or a hello? What do you think? All right, so as I said, there's multiple ways you can color these little birds in. You can actually triple stamp, so you can, you know, do a background, then stamp this, plus stamp the wing over top, or you can go in with your Stampin' Blends and color these little guys up. I'm almost wondering if I should have done a little bum here. You know what? I'm just gonna go for it. Just to finish this off a little bit. Okay. Here we go. This is my style. Just go. There. Ooh, bump the camera. Let's go with that one. That looks better, hey? Yes, Melissa starts with the M. If you don't have anybody to send a card to, send one to Melissa. Message her and say, hey, I'd love to send you a card. What's your address? Okay, so like I was saying, I want to color in the items with Magenta Madness. I'm actually going to go in with Granny Apple Green as well, and Pumpkin Pie. Okay. All of my birdies, I'm thinking, are going to be... Here's what my thoughts were. I was going to do one facing the other direction in a different color, just to kind of make it like be yourself, be you, you know, be who you're meant to be, not somebody else. But I think I'm just going to color it in a different color. Okay, so I'm going to go in with my dark Magenta Madness. Actually, we could probably... Should I do different rows, different colors? That might be fun. Okay, let's go in with the orange. I'm going to do the dark pumpkin pie along his belly. So you can color these in. You don't have to stamp that triple layer. You can just go this route. Okay, and then this portion of the wing, I'm just going to go in with the lighter version of the Stampin' Blend. Add a little bit of variation. Who would have thought? Purple birds. Okay, so the dark Granny Apple Green. And then on the wing, I'm going with the light Granny Apple Green. Okay, we're just going to keep on with that pattern. Dark on the belly. Has anyone prayed? I might have to pray when I'm using Magenta Madness. Anybody been playing around with Magenta Madness? It's honestly, it's my new Pineapple Punch. It is very bright for me. Not my typical comfort zone, I suppose, if that's what I want to say. But We got to do it, right? Different strokes for different folks. Some people love bold colors. Some people do not. All right, that was dark pumpkin pie. Let's get the wing with light pumpkin pie. And then we're going to do granny. Granny on the belly. And the light granny apple green on the feather. On the wing. There we go. That's kind of fun, hey? You love Magenta Madness. Oh my goodness. Okay, and because I got some little, I don't know if you can see that from there. See, I've got some little stuff from my stamp apparatus. I'm just going to start flicking. And then it should hopefully disappear. And there is no gorgeous grape Stampin' Blend, so I'm just using Highland Heather. No, is this? Yes, dark Highland Heather. And there we go, just kind of loosens things up a little. Whoa! Look at that card. Wow, okay, for a saying, I'm still in need of thank you cards. So, I think if we went in with a black, out. I had some scraps here too. Let's go in with this thanks that comes from the Ornate Garden set. I'm going to use Versamark. And let's white emboss this. Sometimes my laziness pays off. I hadn't put away my embossing powder yet. But it has come in handy. Okay, my heat tool. All right, proud of me, yes. Might tap myself on the back. Okay, and I'm just going to cut this straight across. So can you think of all the different color combinations you could use for this? Like I'm using bright wild colors, but you could stamp birds for days and have all sorts of fun color combos. You could leave them you know, just do color them in like I did. You could do all sorts of fun things. Now I'm thinking about ribbon. I do have, let's see, that purple. Remember this? That could be fun. I don't really have anything that is orange or granny, but we do have my dots. I also have vellum, which might be kind of fun to do a branch with. Let's see. Here's my laziness yet again. I haven't put away the dies, but I put them this bucket so I don't lose them. Cause you know. Okay, let's cut out a branch with some vellum. I'm just going to need my paper trimmer, or my, trimmer, just to cut out a little piece because it's all not going to fit through the Big Shot. Or your die cutting machine, whichever you want to use. That's a bright card for me, I know, right? Okay, I'm trying to tone it down a little with the ribbon. Can you tell? Okay, same with this. Oh, I missed a whole portion. How does that happen? Well, let's just cut it off. Let's just say, too bad for you. And off with your head. There you go. There. Okay. That'll help do a little calmness. My little dots will help. Okay, let's start assembling because I'm just getting. You know what? I went to the secondhand store yesterday and got myself a shot glass. I do not drink, just by the way. Oh, the white crinkled seam. Thank you. Yes, I'm going to use that. I remember Eldonna. She's from Calgary. And she said at her events, she just gets a shot glass for everybody and they put their liquid glue in it. So I thought, oh, that's a smart woman. I'm going to do that too. So that is what I'm using my shot glass for. Oh yes, this will look cool. I could even make it Magenta Madness, right? By using my Stampin' Blend to color it in. Anyways, let's go with, let's find my Stampin' Seal. And I think this card just needs to be little little sideways. I don't think it's a prim and proper straight-laced kind of a card, do you? Meh. Oh, and am I gonna, I think I'm just gonna do little bits of ribbon, not to totally tie it behind. Okay, and then let's go this direction. Over top. Okay, and let's see, let's do a little. Lisa Harden cut here. And yes, this crinkle seam binding ribbon. I'm thankful they kept that around. Might even do 2 layers of that. Okay, and then I do have this little branch that I'll work my way into, but I think I'm going to use the glue these down first. So apparently this can be used for ribbon. So let's give it a whirl. That sure did not go in there. There it goes. Sweet. Put that straight across. Whoops. More on my paper than on the ribbon. Oh, sheesh. Oh, and it's like plastic, so it actually doesn't. Oh, my goodness. I don't think so. Here's, look at, I don't know if you can see that. So it doesn't, I don't know. Let's just use some glue dots like the olden days. With dog hair on them, you know. crooked little diagonal. Let's just add a little, something a little further down yet. Whoopsie. Oh, come on. I'll just go with the one. And my little birdie branch. This might have to go get glued under where I'm going to put the sentiment. Okay, so just kind of under here. I'm using that weird tear and tape. Yowzers. Like so. And then let's pop up that saying. They're not your friend? Yeah, I don't know. You use a juice glass and also keep tools that I use all the time, including a pen and pencil. Oh, nice. Emboss the bird layer with the subtle. Oh, that would have been cute too. Great idea. That would have made it look kind of like fabric, right? See, I don't know. I may need to put something else here because it's now sticky. I think let's use a little piece of the white. Let's color it up with magenta. Magenta madness. I'm gonna get a Kleenex. And just kind of put it in there for a minute because I don't want pink all over my card. It should dry quickly, but I just don't want any residue in my white card. I think that's good. Okay, we're gonna stick this right down here where that little piece of tape is. There, let's cover that little piece up. Isn't that cool how you can color the ribbon? Make it whatever color you want. Come on. There. Okay, there we go. What do you think? Pretty wild, hey? There are these too, you know. Or, let's see. There's these little bits that keep falling out all over. Let's go. Let's color that in with our black Stampin' Blend, and that'll match some of that. These little wood elements in Good Taste from that In Good Taste Elements is what they're called. The little wood bits. I think they'll be a little fun piece to add on. Whoopsie. Let's just put one here instead of pearls or something. Let's do those. Let's do 3. I guess the one side has kind of a, I don't know if you can see this, but the one side has kind of a groove in it and the other side is flat. So I'm just going to go with the flat side. So what do you think, everybody? You liking the brights? Would you try this with a different color combo? And if so, what color combo would you try? I'm curious. Blue dots. just a little something, hey? Oh, you didn't know? Oh, the bright set did it for you, hey? Oh dear. See, that's what I mean. Different strokes for different folks, right? There's so many people out there who love the brights. Not my thing at all. But it's kind of cool. I like the idea. I like the concept of having a whole bunch of birds. Like I said, what I was originally intending to do was having all the birds going one direction, one color, except for one facing that way, a different color. And I just kind of wanted it to be kind of like I said, like be you, be original, be, you know, stand out in the crowd, right? Do what you're meant to do. Nobody, and you know, nobody else can fulfill your path, kind of thing. But all that said, with a bird going the opposite direction. All right, next. Back to my comb. So this was very similar, a similar idea. Once again, we're going to play with the birds. But definitely my color combo. I'm using Very Vanilla as the card base. I'm a little worried about my fingers, maybe a little residue-y. Then I have a layer of Sahara Sand, which I embossed with the pinewood planks. All right. Then I cut out this Blushing Bride piece of cardstock with the larger rectangle stitch framelit, and same idea with the Stamparatus, but what I did was I actually used Versamark. I forget this often. If you just want a kind of a light pattern of what the color is, what color your cardstock is, just use Versamark as your ink and it'll take on whatever color your cardstock is, right? So normally we use Versamark when we're going to emboss, but it is a way to just make a subtle light design. So the same thing as what I did with the birds the last time in the Stamparatus, but this time it's the other bird and we're going the opposite direction. So I just kind of wanted to make my own little DSP there. Next, they have this cool die in this set, and I did it in Very Vanilla. I thought, oh, it'll make a cute little border. And then I pre-stamped the nest Sahara Sand ink on Sahara Sand cardstock. I thought, okay, that'll look cute. I also want to add in some of this lace in some way, shape, or form. That gorgeous scalloped lace, which is Very Vanilla color. I also made myself a little birdie. Look at how it changes the color. So this was Sahara Sand, stamped off Blushing Bride, and then the wing was Blushing Bride full strength. And then of course it cuts out with the die. So I was going to place that up there somewhere. And then I got these little eggs. So they actually come in a row of 3. So you just stamp once and they all go in a row, and then the die actually cuts them all out. So I stamped off once with Sahara Sand, then I stamped onto the Very Vanilla, and then I kind of want to, like eggs sometimes have little speckles on them, right? So I actually used the light Rococo Rose because we don't have a Blushing Bride. No, we don't have a Blushing Bride Stampin' Blend. So I don't know if you can see those little speckles on the eggs, but I thought, oh, that's adorable. Okay, so we're going to kind of play with this and see how this goes. I also want another thank you card, so we'll add that in some way, shape, or form. But that's generally similar kind of idea, just adding a little extra, changing a little thing, some things around, not coloring in the wings, yada yada. Okay. All right, I'm going to actually use my liquid glue because it is very bumpy because I've embossed. And just to make sure it stays stuck, gets in all those little grooves. I think I'm going to be straight laced on this one. I was going to tilt it and do it a little hoo-hoo, but I think this one I'm going to just have as is. All right, so before I glue this layer down, I do want to add all my little doodads in case I want to kind of wrap some ribbon around and tuck it in underneath. That way I won't have to shimmy it up and try and tuck it underneath. But okay, so there again, if I was a smart girl, I would have used the adhesive sheets, but we'll just go this direction and just add some liquid glue. I've got to like put them right beside my Big Shot or something. I'm so excited. I can't wait to get the new and improved stamp and cut and emboss machine. It's out for demonstrators very soon. And if we pop this one up, I think, yeah, let's do that. So I love how we can use our dimensionals to add some dimension. Comes in two sizes, of course, the larger size and the smaller size. Easier to use larger ones on larger things because you're picking the backs off less. Okay, let's just have this off a little, hanging off a little. I think that'll be all right. And like so. Okay, and then we can tuck Mama. You know, let's do this. Let's change my mind. Let's double up this layer. So we can add more than one dimensional on top of each other. That way I can pop up the bird as well and leave those eggs right along the paper. I think that'll look fun. Okay, let's pop up the bird just with one layer. Tucking her behind there a little bit, like so. And then these little eggs can get fired down in here. No, one was a little bit, I think that was the one I just glued in. I didn't I didn't cut them out in the best way. So some of them have a little high, a little more, what do I want to say, of a border. No, come back. Okay, I'm just going to overlap them, I guess. That glue sticks pretty quickly. All right, so now for ribbon, I could tie a little piece just into a knot and kind of have it there. We could also just put it across our card. Maybe just over top of this. We can put it there. Just to add in a little hint of something. We can do both. I think I'm leaning towards the little knot. Let's do it. Come on. Okay, let's trim off the out or some of the leftovers. I don't need. I'm going to get my little glue dot. I could have done a few little layers here, I think. Would have been kind of cute. Anyways, that's all right. Blue dot. Turn these a little bit more, just so they're not going off of the nest. Cute. Makes it really feminine, don't you think? Now we could use these wood. Come on. Wood embellishments. It's kind of cute. I think I'm going to add them. Let's do it. Just use some liquid glue on there. I forget how I had that, but let's just put it like that. I think I'm going to tuck this one here as well. We can make him a little shorter. Adorable. Now we need a little saying. I do have, I'm blessed to have you in my life. I do have thanks. I do have, we used yesterday, your kindness is so loved. You made my day. That could be cute too. Which should we use? Or just the plain old thanks? That's too big, I think. I'm blessed to have you in my life. Let's do that one. I haven't used that one yet. So here's my little scrap of Very Vanilla. I think I'm going to do this with the Blushing Bride ink. Let's do it. Okay. I'm going to do it again. Sometimes when you first use a stamp, it's got a little bit of a coating on it. And it's not going to stamp the best. There, that's better. I'm already not using my shot glass. The stamp set that sentiment is from is Today's Tiles. Yeah, I think it's pretty. There's quite a few neat little sayings in there. I'm just going to trim this out. I think I'm going to trim, I'm just going to cut it a little closer, going around this Y. And just make it a little tighter. There. Oh. Okay, let's pop this up. I'm going to use my minis just so that it will fit better. What do you think about the bird pattern in the background? You kind of forget about it, right? Because it's not too distracting. I'm going to put this right in the center, kind of tucked under there. And this color combo, I think, is calling for some pearls. Let's put that all together and then have a look. All right, here's my, this direction. Cute. And pearls, like I said. I think I have one pearl left. I know. How can that be? They do have the gold, gold, silver. No. Let's do that. Let's use those gold ones. Add a little bling. Get out my take your pick tool. I'm just going to do 3 in a row up at the top here. Like so. There we go. What do you think? All done. Neat, hey? I love how this makes just a neat little border. That's kind of fun for the thing to sit on. Cool. Okay, last card. We're back to the brights. Very soft, yes. Just my style. Okay, back to the brights. Like I say. You know, I've been wanting to do like an Andy Warhol card for a long time. And so I thought, well, I want to do birds today, so let's do this. I actually have the, I don't know if you can see it, but shimmery white cardstock. I never use it, and I need to use it. I've got a layer of basic black, which is almost as big as the card base. I'm going to glue that down right now. I don't need my, I can just use the plain old stamp and seal. There's one that is meant to be super, super sticky. And the other one's just meant for kind of, you know, most of your purposes, I suppose. Okay, there's my little layer of basic black. Then here is my Whisper White cardstock piece. I have my squares cut out. So I've got Pumpkin Pie, Daffodil Delight, Granny Apple Green, and Magenta Madness. Okay, so this is kind of going to be bright. Let's throw these cards, or these tiles down. And I do want them to go together, so just going to kind of give it a little tap and not totally press it right down. That way I can kind of, yeah, see, I'm way too far over. Oh, don't move. Come on. I suppose I can lay this down and have a better peek at it. That works. Good. Okay, I don't know. Let's just do the yellow. Granny Apple Green. Put it under here. And lastly, that Magenta Madness. Like so. Okay, then there is also this bird. There's two versions. There's one that goes this way, one that goes this way. And I cut them out in Whisper White. then I used these colors plus some other ones to color, and I colored them up. So Magenta Madness, Granny Apple Green, come on, Highland Heather, and Pumpkin Pie, Real Red, Bermuda Bay, Daffodil Delight, and I think I got all the colors. I colored their feet with black, and then now I cut out just plain old black ones because I thought about making a little bit of a shadow. So here's one without, okay, plain old birdie. And then here's one, I'm just gonna just off center it just a tad. To me, it stands out more, right? So that's how I'm gonna do this. So let's just add on a little snail to this guy and put this just behind as a little shadow. Okay. Once again, I'll get these all glued first. And then we can kind of take a peek at what looks best where. I know I often forget, but you know, you can put this kind of a shadow idea on so many different things. And it just helps it. And it doesn't have to be black. It could be, you know, gray, it can be all sorts of colors. Oh, and I just ripped his leg off. Good, good. Good thing we're attaching it to the shadow. Now, little feetsies. Just a little snail. There. All right. There we have it. So, I don't want... There. So this one doesn't have any green, pink, orange, or yellow. There we go. Isn't that fun? Okay, should we pop them up? No, I'm not going to. I'm not going to. Let's just leave as is. Okay, now I want to make sure they are all in the same direction. So if I have the feet kind of parallel, of course you could do this with all sorts of colors. It wouldn't have to be wild Andy Warhol kind of look colors. You can just do it, you know, light, calm. There we go. Isn't that fun? Wowzers. Let's do a stamp. I think I'm going to use this one from Well Said. Yes, just thanks from Well Said. I'm just going to stamp it in Memento Black, and I think this card will be pretty much finished. Okay, come on. Sometimes my Memento gets stuck in this. But like, you could totally use flowers with this idea. You could use hearts. You could, you know, so many different variations and ideas. Oops, sorry everyone. Oh, I was crooked. Anyways, thanks. All right, let's glue this onto our background here. Look at that. That'd be a cute birthday card for kids. Nice and bright. I could have almost left a black border in between too. Whoops. Let's make sure that's stuck down there. This one too. There we go. I survived. Okay, let me get out the cards that we made today. Remember this, Wild and Woolly versions. And there we go. There are our amazing cards we did today with that bird. I wanted to feature that bird stamp, or the bird, in many different ways. Lots of different little techniques used. The Stamparatus, the Brights, Versamark as an ink color. Lots of fun. So there we go. Those are going to be on my blog later on today. If this stamp set is calling your name, I would love to help you get it into your hands. This is what you can do. At the very bottom there, you can shop with me if you're Canadian, jenhouston.stampinup.net, or you can email me your order, jenhoustonstamps@gmail.com. And of course, you know where I am on Facebook, but my website, if you want to check this out later on, is theartsyfartsygallery.com. All right, everybody, what do you think? I don't know. It's definitely different. But those birds do not have to be all nature-y and whatnot. As you can see, we jazzed them up. We did lots of fun things with them today. So tomorrow is going to be Fun Friday. I'm going to be doing a neat fun fold with this same bundle. Last day for this bundle. And of course, the perk about buying this bundle this week is I am going to give you double chances to get, because it's my birthday month, I'm doing a 46 thing giveaway at the end of the month. And so if you've placed an order with me, I'm giving away 46 things. And so far, I've only had one person order. So that person is getting 46 things. And if you don't feel good about that, you need to place an order and then you'll split them. All right? Otherwise, if you're not going to order, I will see you here tomorrow having lots of fun with this neat fold. Okay, bye everyone.